a great draw for Real Madrid.
I definitely was. Scottish Galactica. She's just an incredible footballer. Yeah. And look, we hyped up Linda Caicedo, rightly so. I think she was nearing an assist, but when you need that bit of quality, when you're controlling a lot of the game's possession, a lot of chances, you just need that bit of luck/class from Caroline Weir.
I hyped up Real Madrid so much before. I feel like it wasn't good for them.
Me too. I was with you. We were in that boat together. It was tough.
Yeah, it was tough for them, but I mean, Weir stepping up when they needed it the most. I think it just shows that Real Madrid, they didn't give up. No. They were down most of the game, but they didn't give up. They were fighting the last 15 minutes. They were literally sitting inside of Paris FC's 18-yard box, and they were just there. And it took a Hail Mary off a long ball, bad clearance from Paris FC, and Real Madrid made it happen. And I think they were expecting, and we were expecting 3 points from them. They go home with a 1 point. I think it still keeps them in that top tier of this table.
Yeah, 100%. I think if you're Real Madrid, you look back at a match like this where you had to claw back in the waning minutes of the second half just to get the point of, with the team. Paris FC played this game defensively very well, mind you. They sat in a low block. They were tight. They picked the moments to try to get a goal, which was, let's create a scenario where we get a penalty. They did it. They put it away. Real Madrid, to be able to have the tenacity to never give up, never say die, I think is something, when you have a match like this, going against some heavyweights that you have coming up, you're going to look back and that's just going to fuel your energy. It builds a muscle that I think some other teams haven't had to face yet.
I fully agree with you. I don't think this is the first time they're going to be in this position where they're losing 1-0 or 2-0 and they have to come from behind and change the game. We talked about it before, right? They have Arsenal coming up, Wolfsburg coming up. They're going to be really
big
tough
games.
matches.
Yeah.
So I think this is great for them in preparation for what's coming next, just like you said.
Yeah, and the thing with Real Madrid, they had so many missed chances today. I mean, they could have been 3-4-0 up, but ultimately being able to get that 1 point out of the game, Jen, was really important.
Yeah, I think that will be probably the biggest disappointment. This was unbelievable feat from Caicedo. So unlucky just to not dip before the bar. She's how many players? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 around her. Still manages to get a shot off. But I think this was still credit to Real Madrid. They did create, and I think as long as you're doing that, if that's the one thing you can look back on at a game and say, right, we created so many chances, we just couldn't convert. They went into this game favourites. I think that's credit to them for how they've been playing, the performances they've made. And I still think, OK, they've got a point. They're still in the mix. Exactly what you were saying, Janelli. They're still in a good position. You know, good performances coming into this competition. Created loads of chances. They just couldn't convert. But can they do that against better teams, though? They won't get as many chances. It's about converting them against teams that they are expected to beat now.
Yeah, you could arguably say as well, look, when they come, I think they've got Arsenal and Wolfsburg, I think, in the next couple of match days. It shows, though, that if they are 1-0 down, 2-0 down, like you said, they've got that muscle that maybe, they've made it through qualifiers. I think that's hard enough in itself. They've got that muscle, the fight in them to, if they are down, potentially get
and I think they have now enough quality on the team. They have enough leaders on the team to, you know, transmit that energy that you need to turn it around. So I'm not worried about them.
The hero of the day was arguably Caroline Weir getting that last-minute goal. So here's what she had to say after the game.
Sometimes when you fight until the end, until last minute, you get a reward. And today was the case. An important point, just 1 point, but a very important point today.
Yeah, for sure, an important point. You know, every game in the Champions League is so competitive, so difficult, and Paris are a really well-organised team. They made it so difficult for us at times. I thought we did play well, created a lot of chances, just couldn't score. But like you say, it just shows keep going until the end, and we come out with a point instead of a loss. And in this format, in the Champions League, a point is so important, so we'll take that and move on.
Obviously, a victory could be the ideal result, but 1 point closer to the objective of being the next round.
Yeah, exactly, and we've got to keep going. We have obviously started the Champions League, the first 2 games really well, and tonight was difficult, but it's obviously better than not getting a point. So yeah, we have to review that and look forward to the next game. Obviously, we've got a big weekend, and then we go away to Arsenal, so another big game to prepare for. But it's exciting. I think I'm proud of the team for not giving up and you know, going right until the end. And yeah, we got a reward in the end.
I think what she said there was so true. Like, 1 point is better than nothing. We've got a hard game coming up, but we've just got to keep taking it game by game and be grateful for the point we did get today, Jen.
Yeah, look, what I love about Caroline,
you were smiling the whole time.
She's so straight to the point.
She's so positive and chill, optimistic. I love it.
And she leads by example, right? She's not the most vocal person in the dressing room. She's one of the most level-headed players I think I've ever played with. Pitched her to be the next Scotland captain. I hope she gets it. But there's no better person to just stay calm in those moments and not chase a game when you're down 1-0, because you're right, they will come up against that kind of scoreline at some point against better opposition. But they kept going, they kept that mentality, and I know that she's at the forefront of that, just leading by example.
I think as well, going into this match today, we were kind of questioning, have Real Madrid been tested? And even though today you would think Paris FC might not have been a huge test, it proved to be. When they go up against the likes of Arsenal and Wolfsburg in potential match days, that will be the real test.
I mean, they play Barcelona on the weekend as well.
Yes.
That's a massive test. But Paris FC, we have to give them credit. We said in the pre-show, this is the game that's defining for them. Are you going to show up and defend for 90 minutes? They did for 90.
Yeah.
Not in the additional time, sadly, for them. But it just shows that Real Madrid are able to have the perseverance, have the tenacity as a team to come out and do it. And if you look at, I mean, even their missed chances watching it, we were all like, oh, my God. They were incredible. The 1v1, the combination play, the individual brilliance, the artistry. That should give them so much confidence going forward when you look back and know you just missed that final end product, just the shot, just that last pass. It should fuel that for them moving forward.
Yeah, and it was clear that they were the better team today. I think for them, they have to, again, I'm not worried because they're creating chances. Like we just said, they're Feller's on her game, Caicedo, Weir, they're all playing, I think, at the top of their game. But defensively, I think it was Engeldahl who conceded that penalty kick. You have to be smarter. Defensively, it's where am I standing? Where am I in the box? Do I need to foul here? If the players, their back is to goal and they're not dangerous or they're not a threat, just stand them up. There's no need for me to give up a penalty kick. So I think if they can fix that, they're going to be put in a better position going forward.
I also think as well, like we said, we saw Paris FC kind of sit low towards the end, really trying to keep that 1-0, and it just proves you can't be doing that in the Champions League because ultimately you'll be punished.
When you play big teams, we saw it even today with Chelsea. I love what you guys were saying. You have players that can play in the pockets, that can 1v1 go against 4 or 5 people and break you down. You still have to be bold and play out somehow. You can't just sit low and just hope that you block enough shots because one of those is eventually going to go in, and Weir got it today.
Definitely a huge draw for Real Madrid. They sit in 3rd place now in the table.